Hello, everybody. Welcome to my tutorial here. We are going to do this assignment where you're going to read something put out by by the American Library Association. The document is called The State of America's Libraries. And I just want to show you a few things in terms of how I want you to get started on this. So I'm going to be giving you a link to the reading, and I'm going to go ahead and click that now, which is what you will do as well. Sometimes I have to click on it a couple different times, and I'm noticing if I click on it toward the bottom here, that's when it pops up where the link works on my button here. So when I do that, you can see, boom, here pops up the article, and the State of America's Libraries is the name of this. What you're going to do is you're going to scroll down, and here's where I want you to click on this where it says PDF. So you're going to click on that, and you'll notice it pops up here for me, this PDF. Next step, I know it's a lot of steps, but next step is, because I want to make this where I can do annotations on it. I asked you recently in our weekly check-ins what your familiarity is with annotating text, and I sort of got all over across the board. So I am going to be teaching some tips and tricks about annotating text. For some of you, it'll be sort of a review, but that's okay. We're good with reviews. So what I want you to do is I want you to go up here, and do you see where there's this down arrow with a line under it? I want you to click on that, and that will download. And then it's going to pop up, and it's going to ask me to name the file, and it's going to ask me where I want to save it. And I'm just going to save it on my desktop for now. That way I know that's where it's at. If I want to put it into, an English folder or something later, I can. So right now it's called State of America's Libraries Report. And I don't mind that because that's exactly what this is. So I'm just going to leave it called that. And I notice it's saving it as a PDF. That's what I want. So save. And now I know it's saved. It popped up here, and I can open it from here too. So I'm going to open it in this PDF. And here it is. Okay, I'm going to go back here. I actually want to stop sharing at this point. I have too many things open. Here we go. All right, so I click on this PDF, and it pops up here. And then I want to go up to this down arrow with the underlined down arrow. I'm going to click that, and it's going to download this for me. It's going to ask me what I want to name it, and then it's going to ask me where I want to save it. I'm going to save it to my desktop for now, and I'm going to change the name of it to ALA, American Library Association. Let's see, State of America's Libraries. And I'm going to call it for annotation. You don't have to call it that. In fact, you could just leave it with the name that it was if you liked that name. I just know that I want to be able to look up ALA. I also know if I name it with something with an A, it's going to be at the top of my list on my desktop. All right, so I'm saving that. And I don't want to open it here. I'm actually going to go over to my little manila, what would I call this? Manila folder file thingy icon. Hopefully you can see that on my screen. I'm going to click that. And it's my file explorer is what it's called. So if you need to search for that, you can type for it in your search bar. And here's that ALA State of America Libraries. I'm going to click on that, and crossing my fingers that it's going to actually open up in my Microsoft Edge. And that's what we want. That's going to be key for us. So opening up in Microsoft Edge, what this will allow me to do is annotate the PDF. So if you'll notice up here, there's like a highlighter. There's a drawing pen. I want that. There's an eraser that I might want. So this is what I want. I want these annotating tools. If you do not see this, you're going to need to let me know that, why it's not opening up in Microsoft Edge for you. And we might have to find you a different annotating tool if we can't figure it out. Because the key is that I want you to read this, but I also want you to annotate it, because we read differently for school, right, than we read on our own. Or for fun, I should say, right? Even for fun, I want to annotate, but I'm also an English geek. All right, so here's the first page, the State of America's Libraries 2023. I like that it's current. Libraries adapt and innovate in the midst of record-breaking censorship challenges. Now, I'm just going to kind of do like a read aloud. I'm not saying you have to do this part, but like right there, I'm going to put, actually, let's see, I want to make the thickness a little bit bigger and something that'll show up in here. I'm going to use yellow. I'm going to put exclamation points here. Censorship challenges. Whoa, what is going on in our libraries? What is this record-breaking censorship challenge that they're referring to here? I want to know more about that. All right, so I'm going to keep reading. I also noticed right away, and am like, oh, wow, I want to take a look at this. I'm just going to make a couple eyes there. The most challenged books of 2022. I noticed it says it's on page 7. So that's something I think I'm interested in. I might want to go back and see what they're talking about with that. I'm going to make little eyeballs here. All right, that's something I'm going to be wanting to look at. And again, you don't have to do everything I'm doing here. I'm just kind of doing it aloud so that you can see how my brain works as an English teacher. All right, and speaking of that, I can't see this very well because I don't have my glasses with me right now. And so I just like to kind of squeeze using I'm just using my mouse pad on my laptop here. And I just kind of want to focus in here so that I can see it really well. And it says the executive director, Tracie D. Hall. So she's an important person with the American Library Association. And I'm going to go through and read some of this. And I think I might run out of time on my recording. So we'll see how much I get through with this. And there might be a part 2. All right. So this is her brief introduction to the State of America's Libraries. This year's edition of the State of America's Libraries finds libraries literally and figuratively at the epicenter of the dialogue and debate about the well-being of our communities, the health of our economy, and the state of our democracy. Wow, that's a big undertaking, right? As the nation seeks to rebound from the enduring COVID-19 pandemic and recognizes expanding information and digital access as critical to that recovery. Interesting. She's saying that libraries are critical to rebounding from the pandemic. And we are still seeing ripple effects of the pandemic, right, in 2023 as we head into 2024. I know I'm seeing it as an educator. I'm still seeing those effects. All right, we're going to keep going here. Actually, I did notice I kind of want a little bit thinner lines here. Okay. Many libraries and their staffs nationwide, school, public, college, and university, special, carceral? Oh, carceral, interesting. I'm actually going to circle that. That's an interesting word. I'm wondering if they mean people that are incarcerated. Interesting. And consortial. So I kind of want to like highlight those words. I might go back and see what she means by that. So many libraries and their staffs nationwide, school, public, college, and university, special, carceral, and consortial, found themselves contending with reduced funding and staffing, threats to personal safety in the form of bomb scares, and to professional livelihoods from firings and job losses, and bills threatening to criminally charge librarians. Holy cow. Whoa, what? Bills. That means like through Congress, I'm assuming. Bills threatening to criminally charge librarians or defund libraries altogether for making certain materials available on their shelves or findable through reference services. As an English teacher, as an avid book lover and lover of libraries, that is frightening to me. So this part is something that I am personally going to say, wow, I did not maybe realize that we were under this much scrutiny. Despite these pressures, libraries have proven themselves to be among the most adaptable of public and community serving institutions. Just as they have faced numerous challenges, they have also found themselves needed in new and profound ways by their constituencies, and in responding to these rising demands, have found a way to innovate hybrid service delivery models. Okay, I'm not really sure what that is. So another place that I'm going to go back and I want to check on what do they mean by hybrid service delivery models? Interesting. And programs that increasingly seek to get to the root causes of information, education, and socioeconomic inequities. Those are things I'm concerned with as well as a teacher. I have a lot of students who have informational, educational, and socioeconomic inequities. And that speaks to my heart. So I'm really glad to see that. In fact, I'm going to put a heart there because those are things that I have a heart for those things so that people with inequities have opportunities. Across the country, we have seen an emphasis on mental health and trauma resources. Yay. Support for people who are neurodivergent. Yay. Or coping with memory loss, job upskilling, and business entrepreneurship programs, school libraries advancing instruction, academic freedom advocacy in higher education, and an increasing push towards open access and digital instruction in libraries. Yay! In fact, I think I'm just going to say yay, because I know I write like a kindergartner here with my mouse, but these are things, again, that speak near and dear to my heart. I want there to be an emphasis on mental health and trauma resources. I want there to be support for neurodivergent peoples, people that are coping with memory loss, things like that, people who are dealing with job loss. That is something that affects my students and their families and myself as well. Though there is continued recognition and public support for the work that libraries do, as well as the symbolic role that libraries play in the maintenance of our democratic values as a nation, the steep surge of legislation that increasingly positions and compels library workers on and to the front lines of book banning and censorship challenges demands that the LIS sector, okay, I don't know what LIS sector is, so I have a question about that, including LIS education and the American Library Association, expand opportunities for education and training on the tenets of intellectual freedom, also something very important to me, intellectual freedom. If we don't have that, what are we as a country? Such endeavors will help build the competencies and capacity needed by our current and future workforce to not only help us to protect the right to read, yes, 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 but preserve library services more broadly. Towards that end, the information and data contained in this report, the presentation of the new ALA platforms like Unite Against Book Bans, and long-standing ones such as Banned Books Week, or the review of the top 13 most challenged books of 2022, should not just be seen as data to consume, but rather as tools that can help libraries convene, empower, and mobilize their campuses and communities. It is our greatest hope that this report inspires all who read it to more clearly understand the power and more deeply mine the potential of America's libraries. Yes, and I'm hoping that's what we're going to kind of do some of in upcoming units. All right, I'm going to end this recording for now, and there will be another part later.